Good morning, students. Today we're going to be working from the Module 5 workbook on page 33. It's part of lesson 4. This is the exit ticket. So we're going to do both of these problems, but I'm going to do number 2 with you, and you're going to do number 1 by yourself. So let me zoom in. We're going to start with number 2 because you'll do number 1 after. A rectangular prism has a top face with an area of 20 feet squared and a height of 5 feet. What is the volume of this rectangular prism? So I'm working with a rectangular prism and I'm trying to find the volume. Remember, volume is measured in units cubed because it's 3D. Let's draw a rectangular prism. So you can draw it different ways. I'm going to draw the kind of like rhombus parallelogram on top, and then another one down below, and then connect the corners. Another way to draw it is you can draw 2 squares and then connect the corners. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now let's put in our measurements. So we know the height. It says the height is 5 feet. So go ahead and write 5 along the height. I'm going to solve it 2 different ways, so I'm also going to put 5 over here. And then it says the top face. The top face means whatever side is facing up. So for my drawing on this one, it's this one, and over here, this is my top face. So it says the top face has an area of 20 feet squared. Remember how we find area? Area is length times width. So it's this times this equals 20. Or on this one, it would be this length times this length equals 20. So basically what they're telling us is we have to figure out these 2 measurements all by ourselves, because they already told us the area. We just have to break it down to find what are the width and length measurements, because remember, for volume we need length times width times height, and we already have the height. The height is 5, so we need the width and the length. So in your head right now, what are 2 numbers that when multiplied together equal 20? There is more than one. So we have 20 times 1, yes, and we have 10 times 2, and we have 4 times 5. Did you think of those 2? Good. So I'm going to solve it both ways to show you we'll get the same answer. So I'm going to say that this rectangular prism, that one of these sides is 4 and one of these sides is 5. And on this rectangular prism, I'm going to say one of these sides was 10 and one of these sides was 2. So now let's plug them into our volume equation. Volume is length times width times height. So I'm going to do 4 times 5 times 5. And over here, the volume is going to be 5 times 2 times 10. Okay, I know I'm going pretty fast, so go ahead and pause the video right now if you need to catch up. And I would like you to solve both of these. So our question is, do we get the same volume? And remember, the units are going to be feet. They're going to be feet cubed. Okay, pause the video, solve it. Let's see if we get the same thing. Okay, let's check it. Here we go. So I'm going to do this first. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Oops, sorry. Over here, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 5 is 100. All right, we got the same answer. Now let's put in our units. Volume equals 100 feet cubed. Over here, volume equals 100 feet cubed. Did you get it correct? Good job. Okay, so now this video is over, but I would like you to solve number 1. So you're going to calculate the volume, length times width times height. They already wrote the cubed for you. and then you're going to write me the multiplication sentence, which basically means plug in the length times width times height. Sorry. Volume equals. So you plug in your numbers to show us how did you solve it. And it says, be sure to include the units. All right, great job.